Well, Anthony, here we are at a very wet Arundel, picturesque ground, but they never look so nice in the wet, do they? Very frustrating for you.
Yeah, it's a shame. So we didn't think the weather were too bad, but there's obviously been rain overnight this morning, and then we got quite a heavy shower, as you know. So the outfield is wet. We're just hoping that we get some sun and it dries up pretty soon.
Just look at the 3 games that have taken place. You'd be delighted with the results. I think you feel that there's more to come, though, don't you?
Yeah, I mean the most important thing is 3 wins. I think we could certainly play better in the Kent and Sussex game, but I think we're judging on our high standards. I think sometimes when we get a win, people just expect it nowadays. But we're always looking to improve. That's how it's got to be. So we're always looking for that, especially coaches, that perfect game. So we wanted to put 4 days of perfect performance together, and that's obviously the ultimate goal.
Yeah, and to sort of illustrate that, only 4 batting points in the 3 games. We have got the full haul of bowling points, the 9 points there. So obviously it's the batting that you're looking for improvement, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, and I think especially the games at Chelmsford, I think we could have batted better. I think they always say don't judge a wicket till both teams bat, so I think if you look at the last 5 innings, we've bowled teams out for under 200 as well, so that's got to be taken into account. I think if we're getting 200 and the opposition are getting 600, you've got a real problem. So yes, we want to bat better, but you've got to take condition and other teams' score into account as well.
Going on the bowling side, Harmy and Port's getting all the credit and the plaudits at the moment, that's right too. But you'll be delighted that other bowlers are chipping in as well. Sam Cook, Aaron Beard and Matt Quinn, all getting vital wickets, aren't they, when you look through those scorecards, to support the role that Harmy and Ports are doing.
Yeah, I mean, we often talk about the batting in partnerships, but bowling is exactly that. You mentioned Harmy and Ports, but unless the other guys are backing up at the other end, the run rate's a good indicator of that. If we're going under 3 and over, it's very tough for the teams to get away. So the guys, as you rightly say, probably missed out on the plaudits. Quinny, Cookie and Beardy have done a brilliant job because they've kept the pressure on, and I'm sure Ports and Harmy will say that as well. They're only as good as the guys bowling at the other end. So there's been no let up. I think we weren't great that first day against Kent, but after that we've been superb in every 5 innings. So that's been a feature of our team the last few years.
Just one word about Harmy. He is phenomenal, isn't he? Again, going back in your experience, we won't talk about age, but certainly the experience. Where does he figure in the list of slow bowlers that you've seen, played against, and obviously worked with? He's got to be right up there, isn't he?
Yeah, right up there. I mean, there's you can't use one word to describe him. I mean, I honestly think it's getting to a point where people expect him to get 5, 6, 7 wickets every innings, and
we do, don't we?
Yeah, and that's unfair though. I mean, the amount of work he puts in behind the scenes, what people don't see, whether that's physically or skills, or he's always thinking, he's always watching other batsmen. The consistency he shows is just phenomenal. It's incredible, really. Teams have tried to attack him, defend him. He's bowled on different surfaces. Ideally you always want him bowling last because the pitch will give him more assistance, but he's bowled first in first innings many times, probably more than the latter. So he's done it under pressure, more often than not. When we've needed something, he's just found solutions, and you run out of superlatives really to describe him. We're very lucky to have him, but he's said on record and off that he loves the club. He's had a great opportunity here, so we don't take him for granted. But your answer to the question is he's right up there. In recent history, you can't name many veteran spinners. Rishi Patel, real levels of consistency. Mustaq Ahmed, Saqlain Mustaq, they're probably the guys I can think of at the top of my head who've played consistently in county cricket. And Harmy's record in the last 4 years or 3 years it's just been second to none.
And they say spinners mature with age. It could be frightening for batsmen around the country over the next 3 or 4 years, couldn't it?
Yeah, let's hope so. I mean, he's only a young guy, he's fit, but I think the lesson probably for all young spin bowlers is, he wants to have the ball in his hand, whether that's training, matches. He's always looking to improve, and then you move away from his spin. You watch him catch a slip, the amount of one-handed or caught catches and the work he puts in, and then his fielding in general and his batting. He's the all-round package and a leader as well. So as a coach, I mean, yeah, you can't be lucky stars is with us, but it's not a fluke. It is the hard work, dedication, day after day, hour after hour he puts in.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the real man behind the success.
Yeah, but tremendous. Can we ask you about Rishi Patel as well? He's gone on loan to Leicestershire, get some of the experience, which is important. Obviously, you know, he's not playing for the first team here. You want him out and about at the top level where it's possible, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I think you've seen around the country, the loan market's been used quite a lot. So, you know, for us, Cushy and Paul Walter have come in with a batting spot, so unfortunately Rishi's missed out. So we want all our guys to play at the highest level possible. There's no second team cricket either, so given we've had you know, a shortened season, the guys are desperately disappointed if they're not playing, so hopefully he gets an opportunity at Leicester and he can get some runs, because we've seen in glimpses what he can do. Hopefully, you know, he can go on and show at first class level what he can do at Leicester.
Yeah, people like Ian and Farouz, Paul Walter, you're looking, I mean, they're the future of the club, aren't they? You know, departure, for example, most recently at Ravi, someone's got to come in and take his place, and it's an opportunity. You want these guys ready to take the opportunity when it does happen, don't you?
Definitely, yeah. I think there's been examples of that the last few years with young guys coming in. You know, for us, he's had a couple of games. Waltz has played nicely, as you said. Rishi played last year. Seen Beardy, Sam Cook come in. So it's all about getting young players in, but you know, they've got to come in at the right time, and you can't just throw a group in. I mean, if you're a young player and you're batting with Alistair Cook, Ryan Tenduscar, you learn a hell of a lot more. And if you're a young bowler coming in and you're bowling with Peter Siddle and Simon Armour, you learn your trade very quickly. So it's a tricky one in terms of selection, because we want our young players to come in. We want young Essex players, but you've got to earn the right, and then you've got to come in at the right time and perform. It's not just a freebie where you come in and give a young player a game. We want success, we've had success, and we want to continue success. So yeah, look, I'm all for looking to the future. I think we've seen that, but your senior players are so important for young players.
Yeah. Just look ahead, the 2020 starts next Thursday. Essex in a unique position in the history of the club. They're defending the title. I mean, all the efforts and all the talk in the past few years of actually getting through to the final, and maybe this could be our year. We did it last year. Bit more pressure on us?
No, I don't think so. I think everyone's looking forward to it. Again, it's a shortened season. Again, there's going to be opportunity because there's no overseas players, so we will certainly see guys making the debuts and some younger guys in there. I think everyone's looking forward to you know, defending the title. You know, it was a bit of a unique way we won it last year. We left it late. People call it lucky. Some people say it's good timing. So, but
yeah,
no.
It's best not to peak too early in these competitions, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I mean, look, it was great for the club last year with the Championship and T20, and I think we all admit we've got to start better than last year. We can't leave it as late. Yeah, look, I think we found a decent method towards the end. I think the players really started shifting the mindset that they believed they could win it, and I think, you know, winning the last 7 or 8 games showed that. So we want to try and keep that mentality, that form. Yes, there'll be different personnel, but we'll be using a similar template. And again, it's a great opportunity for guys to go and play for Essex and try and win cricket matches. Yeah,
because it seemed we got to one stage at the qualifying matches, Anthony, that they were almost cup finals. We had to. They were. I think the last 3 games were must-win games almost. So you're like playing cup finals. So by the time we actually did get to the cup final, I think all the boys think, well, we've been here before. This is, you know, there's no more pressure on attention, was there really?
No, I think it was more than that. Probably 4 or 5 group games out, we had to win and other teams lose, and then that takes you into quarter-finals and it's a knockout. So we'd already played 4 or 5 knockout games, as you say, and then finals day, you know, people kept telling me Essex normally go home by 12 o'clock on a finals day, so we had to get that right. Luckily we played in the second game, so that took care of that. But no, I think, you know, we wanted to make a better show in one-day cricket than we have, and Championship cricket we've always found a way from precarious situations, and T20 cricket we probably haven't folded, but it was great to see that mindset where, look, we can do this, and when we got hot we were very hot, so we've got to now take that into the early stages, and of course we're looking for improvements. We know we got away with it a little bit in the early stages, but as I said a few times, it's better to finish strongly, and when it really matters, win the games. And if you do get to finals day, I honestly believe our game against Derby and Worcester, we played as well as we had in the competition, in Lancashire in the quarter-final, so we've got to make sure we get there first, and then from there use that experience if we do get there to take it on again.
As you said, with not so many international players and overseas players available, it's a great opportunity for one of the pack, or two of them, guys in your pack in the squad, to come out and show themselves and prove themselves what a good T20 player they are.
Definitely. I mean, we talk about every year that it's a squad game. I think there's a few things that can happen. A young player or a player who doesn't normally play comes in and he'll justify getting picked next season. There's 100 ball up for grabs. There's international cricket, so someone normally comes through every year, and you think, oh, we've found someone, and that's the challenge to the guys in there. Yeah. There's 3, 4, 5 spots up for grabs. It's who takes it and who takes the chances, because you can, very quickly in a 2-week period go from not being in the team to, oh God, we've got the next one coming through. So I think it's so exciting. Yes, we're going to win the game, but people are sat in that dressing room who have got a real chance to be a star for Essex in the next few weeks. Yeah.